All right, let's talk about three little words that can cause some big headaches: amount, quantity, and number. Stick with me for just a few minutes, and I promise you'll know exactly which one to use every single time.
So, have you ever been writing an email or just talking and you kind of pause thinking, wait, is it amount of people or number of people? You're definitely not alone. They feel like they should be interchangeable, but they're not. And there's a really simple logic to it all. Let's break it down and get this cleared up for good.
Here's our game plan. We're going to look at each word's specific job, put them all side by side so you can really see the difference, and then we'll test our new skills by spotting some super common mistakes. Let's get right into it.
Okay, first up, the word amount. The whole secret to using this word correctly, really, it just comes down to one single idea: uncountable things.
So, what in the world is an uncountable noun? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. Think about stuff you can't just line up and count one by one. Things you measure as a whole. We're talking about ideas like love or courage, liquids like water, or even big concepts like data and money. You have an amount of these things, not a specific number of them.
Let's see how this works in real life. You don't have one data, two datas, right? It's a big blob of information. And you can't count difficulty. Now, with money, you can count dollars, sure, but the concept of money is treated as a single lump sum. Same goes for a feeling like love. So here's a great little test. If you can't logically put a number right in front of the noun itself, you should probably be using amount.
Now, things get a little more interesting with our second word, quantity. This one's a bit of a chameleon, and you could say its main superpower is making things sound, well, formal.
And this is what makes quantity so unique. It can actually work for both countable and uncountable things, but it definitely brings a different vibe. It feels a bit weightier, more precise. You'll see it a lot in, say, scientific reports or shipping documents, basically any place where the exact measurement of stuff really matters.
Just listen to these examples. A large quantity of illegal drugs. You can just hear it, right? It sounds like it's pulled straight from a police report. It's formal, it's precise, and this quantity of lasagna, that's talking about a specific, measured portion. Now, saying a large amount might be okay grammatically, but it just doesn't have that same official, measured tone. And that formality, that's the real job of the word quantity.
All right, finally, we land on number. And if amount is for stuff you can't count, number is its perfect opposite. And the rule for this one? It's beautifully simple.
And that's it. That's really the whole thing. If you can count the items one by one dog, 2 cars, 3 mistakes, then the word you're looking for is number. It's the go-to, clear-cut choice for anything that can be itemized.
And you can see just how clean and simple this rule is. Cows, invitations, people, even abstract things like reasons, you can count all of them. They are all distinct individual units. So, number is the only word that really fits here.
Okay, so we've looked at each one on its own. But now for the most important part. Let's put them all side by side so we can lock in the differences once and for all. This is where it all clicks.
This table right here, this is your new best friend. Seriously, it boils everything we just talked about down to its simplest form. Amount is for the uncountable stuff, like water. Number is for the countable stuff, like people. And quantity is that more formal, flexible option, usually for things like products. This is the core logic, right here on one screen.
Okay, theory is one thing, but practice is where it really sticks. Are you ready? Let's look at a few sentences you've probably heard out in the real world. Let's see if you can spot the mistake before I show you the fix.
First one up, a large amount of people. Oh man, this is probably the single most common mistake you will ever hear. Why is it wrong? Well, can you count people? Yep, one by one. Therefore, the correct word has to be number. A large number of people.
Okay, how about this one? The number of sugar. So let's think, can you count sugar? Not really, right? You can count spoonfuls of sugar or cubes of sugar, but sugar itself is a bulk substance. It's uncountable. And that means we have to use amount. The amount of sugar is too high.
And one last one for you. Huge amount of invitations. Just like with people, you can absolutely count invitations. 10, 50, 100 of them. They are countable items. So the right choice has to be number. A large number of invitations were sent.
So, when you strip away everything else, this is what it all comes down to. This is the key takeaway. Amount is for uncountable, number is for countable, and quantity is your formal option. If you remember nothing else, remember this right here.
And that's pretty much it. You're now wired to spot the difference. I guarantee the next time you're in a meeting and you hear someone say something like,
the amount of complaints we received, a little light is going to go off in your head. So now that you have the key, what other common errors do you think you'll start spotting out in the wild? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.